Welcome to the Nathan Nephew Show. I'm your host, Nathan Nephew. Back with you for another half hour, 25 minutes or so. It is Friday right now while I'm doing this show. When you hear it, it'll probably be, well, hopefully it's Friday. Hopefully you jump right on it and you listen to it as soon as I'm wrapped up here and get it posted. But I'm sure that's not the case. You're probably not chomping at the bit to listen, but the point is, it is Friday, June 13th right now. First of all, Friday the 13th, which is pretty awesome. I mean, I spent the day, well, today I was hanging out with Black Cat, walking under a ladder, breaking mirrors, things like that, spilling the salt. What's some of the other things? Walking next to somebody and splitting a pole. I heard that's a bit, I hadn't ever heard that one before. I was walking in Chicago actually on a business trip, and one of the people I was with, the other two of us that were there split a pole. We each walked on opposite sides of a light post, and the third person with us kind of freaked out, cause, apparently that's bad luck. I hadn't heard that one. That was a weird one, but I always had this sort of, idea. It's not really a dream, because it's not that big of a deal to me, but I always kind of had this idea of putting videos together, and I'm sure this has been done, but of me doing all of the superstitious things that will supposedly give you bad luck or bring bad fortune to you or whatever it is. I mean, I've broken mirrors before. I've walked under ladders. I've had black cats. They've crossed my path all the time. I'm sure I've spilt salt. I think that's one of them, right? I mean, all of those things. But I always thought of making a series of videos doing all of those things and then just seeing how it worked out for me. I mean, I don't know. I broke a mirror a few years ago. Maybe I would be doing better if I hadn't broke that mirror. It's hard to say, but I seriously doubt that. The other cool thing, well, Friday the 13th, first of all, I was trying to put together a trip to Crystal Lake in New Jersey, Crystal Lake Camp Crystal Lake, but I couldn't get anybody to go with me. So that was weird. I'm sure Jason's still there. I mean, there's gotta be a new Friday the 13th movie about to come out too, right? I hope so. That'd be awesome. The other cool thing about tonight, it's full moon. At least from where I'm sitting. Pretty full. So that's fairly rare. Friday the 13th and a full moon. That's pretty cool. That also means though that tomorrow, June 14th, which is, of course, as we all know, Flag Day, at least here in the United States. For you international listeners, it's not, probably not Flag Day in Mumbai, but it is Flag Day here in the United States of America. Flag Day, if you don't know, and I'm sure you all do know, but I just kind of want to give a little bit of a background because, I mean, you kind of learn about it in school, but really it's a holiday that generally happens after school is out. I mean, at least in Michigan, I know that's the case most of the time. Some schools are still going, but so it's it's a summer holiday, and it's not one that I remember a lot of emphasis being put on. It was Flag Day. I think our band might have played in a Flag Day parade or something like that, or did some sort of Flag Day event, but it's not a huge thing. But what Flag Day is, June 14th is the date that the flag of the United States was adopted. And that happened in 1777. So there was a whole year there without an official adopted flag. The Second Continental Congress in 1777 passed a resolution that made that set the flag, and it was the colonial flag. You know the one. You know which one it is, but it was the 13 stars in the circle. Instead of today where we have 50 or 56. It depends on if you ask Obama how many states we have. It's also the day that the United States Army celebrates its birthday, because it is the date that Congress adopted the American Continental Army as well. That was in 1775, though, a couple years before, July 4th, 1776, which we know as Independence Day. 1775, June 14th, that's when the Continental Army was created. But it's mostly known as Flag Day, so I think it's a good day to go wave your flag. It officially became a holiday, actually, in 1916. Believe it or not, one of the least awesome presidents we've had, Woodrow Wilson, issued a proclamation in 1916 that made Flag Day an official holiday, not an official federal holiday, because it's up to the president, whether or not to actually observe Flag Day. The president has discretion. He can, if they wanted, they could cancel Flag Day, and make people in the federal government actually work and, not closed down and things like that, as well as in 1949. So fairly recently, we're talking 60 years ago, 64, whatever it is, National Flag Day was established by Congress. But again, it's not a actual federal holiday. So, the places don't have to close down, but it is up to the president. So that's just a little background on Flag Day, in case you ever wondered what the heck is Flag Day. Hopefully you didn't. Hopefully you knew that, Flag Day is the day for kind of celebrating the flag that represents, it's a symbol of our nation, symbol of our freedom, symbol of what's great in this land. And I still do think it's great. You talk to other people, even people that completely agree with me on politics, that think, America used to be the best country in the world, but it's not quite anymore. Well, I disagree. Completely disagree with that. But I'll let you make your own judgment. I'm going to take a quick break a bit early here. When I come back, I'm going to talk about Lois Lerner, maybe talk about Obama on gun control, because it is horrible, but I will be right back.
No college degree and mid-career? Make the choice that can make a difference this year with an ITT Technical Institute near you. At ITT Tech, we offer programs of study in fields including information technology, electronics technology, drafting and design, business, criminal justice, nursing, and the growing field of health sciences. And now, ITT Tech is helping reduce the cost of education with a new ITT Tech Opportunity Scholarship. The scholarship can help lower your education costs dramatically. We've always believed pursuing an education is a sound investment. And now, with the ITT Tech Scholarship, education could be in your future. To find out more about the Opportunity Scholarship at ITT Tech for yourself, just call 800-771-0443. That's 800-771-0443. With the ITT Tech Opportunity Scholarship. Now, it's your turn. 800-771-0443. How are we doing? For more information about graduation rates, the median data of students who completed the program, please visit programinfo.itt-tech.edu.
150 million people suffer from headaches. All you want is for the pounding in your head to stop. Migralex stops the pounding. Migralex was developed by a neurologist and founder of the New York Headache Center.
I'm neurologist Dr. Alex Mauskop. After studying and researching the human brain for 25 years, I've developed Migralex, which eliminates pounding headaches. It works for my patients, and I'm so convinced it will work for you. I don't just guarantee it, I put my name on it.
Dr. Mauskop's Migralex gets rid of headaches fast without harsh caffeine, sodium, or preservatives.
Migralex works unbelievably fast. and it's gentle on my stomach.
Find out how to get your free bottle of Migralex. Call 800-559-7387. Plus, if you're one of the first 100 callers, you'll also receive the Migralex Quick Tips to Headache Relief absolutely free. That's 800-559-7387. Or go to migralexrelief.com. MIGRALEX relief.com. Or call 800-559-7387.
Are you looking for some way cool t-shirts? Check out ChugDoug.com. They have hundreds of crazy fun t-shirts like gun, patriotic, and you better believe zombie shirts. At ChugDoug.com, you'll find quality shirts at a quality price. All shirts start at just $10 with free shipping over $50. Mention Radio 1 coupon code at checkout and grab a cool 10% off. That's ChugDoug.com. T-shirts with attitude.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 877-238-6197. Again, 877-238-6197. That's 877-238-6197. 877-238-6197.
Welcome back to the Nathan Nephew Show. I'm Nathan Nephew. Look, check out my face. Wow. It's been a week. I don't know what you expected. Check out my website, nathannephew.com. Look me up on Facebook, of course. Red State Talk Radio and all the cool affiliates there. As well as check out the other show that I do with Brian, @oddshow, oddshow.com. Facebook.com/@oddshow. All right, I'm gonna play this clip. This is something that we did play on At Odds, but it's Barack Obama. I think it's important, and I want to show you a part that was edited out in the version that I saw posted all over the internet. Obviously, there is the original that I'm going to play here for you, but this is just the first part of a question and answer session that he was having on Tumblr, I think. I think that's where it was, but basically it was like a town hall thing, and he was asked, there's shootings everywhere, and people are being shot at schools, and there's all these school shootings and shooting school, shooting, mass shooting school. What are you going to do about it? What can we all do about it? And instead of really answering that question, I mean, he did answer that, but he phrased it in a way that he was telling the story of what was the most frustrating for him. Out of everything he's dealt with in this presidency, this was the most frustrating issue.
People often ask me, how's it been being president? And, what are my, what am I proudest of, and what are my biggest disappointments? And I've got 2.5 years left. My biggest frustration so far is the fact that this society has not been willing to take some basic steps to keep guns out of the hands of people who can do just unbelievable damage. We're the only society, we're the only developed country on earth where this happens.
All right, in this next part in a bit here, first of all, everything he said in the beginning there is ridiculous. Ridiculous. We are not, in fact, the only developed nation that has gun violence. That's just wrong. Secondly, this next part, what he's about to say here, the video that I saw posted in most places on the internet, it was from National Review, and it was labeled CNN, and it was a CNN video. You could see that it was a video pulled from CNN. I don't know who edited the video, if it was CNN that edited the content, or if National Review edited CNN's video of the actual event. But this is from C-SPAN that I'm playing, so it's the full, as far as I know, unedited. This part was taken out because even the media knows that what he is about to say, what you're going to hear him say, is so outrageous that Americans would just turn off. They would say, no, that's ridiculous. But just listen, this is the model of common sense, simple, small steps, gun regulation that our president, the president of the free world, this is the model that our president looks up to.
And it happens now once a week. And it's a one-day story. There's no place else like this. A couple of decades ago, Australia had a mass shooting, similar to Columbine or Newtown. And Australia just said, well, that's it. We're not seeing that again. And basically imposed very severe, tough gun laws, and they haven't had a mass shooting since. I mean, our levels of gun violence are off the charts. There's no advanced, developed country on earth that would put up with this.
Mm-hmm. Off the charts, huh? They're actually lower. Gun violence is actually down quite a bit. Gun violence in Australia is, in fact, off the charts. Look at the reports from police agencies. They say, gun violence is off the charts. And how does that happen? Because, first of all, let me explain the model in Australia. What it was, hey, guns are illegal, we're gonna take them. It was gun confiscation. You come turn them in, that'll be fine, or we'll come get them, it doesn't matter. You're gonna get rid of your guns. Guns are illegal now. So who in Australia has the guns? Well, the law-abiding citizens don't, so you have police, they have guns. Okay, fine. And criminals, people who by definition do not follow the law. You think they're gonna turn their guns in? No. So, this is the model that our president is saying, look, Australia solved this problem, which isn't true. But they solved it by taking away guns from everybody. It's a natural right. It's a right that was reaffirmed by the Second Amendment of the Constitution of the United States. And our president saying, well, we have a different society, a different tradition, that we have a Second Amendment, and I respect gun rights, and I'm even willing to work with sportsmen, but we need to do something. And that's something that I think we should do. Total confiscation. I mean, if this isn't clear, and the fact that it was edited out of the video that got circulated, at least the one that I saw, is ridiculous. And that just shows you how crazy this man is. When he talks about the crazy people that we need to keep guns away from, he's the one he's talking about. It's ridiculous. All right, this other thing, well, first, he went on to say that we should be ashamed that this society isn't willing to restrict the freedoms of law-abiding citizens. Now, he didn't word it like that. He did say, though, that we should be ashamed that we aren't able to put restrictions on gun rights. Okay, so first of all, shouldn't have to explain what a right is to the president, but they cannot be restricted because if they can, it is not a right. Secondly, putting restrictions on a right is only going to negatively affect law-abiding citizens. It will have a positive effect on criminals. You take away guns from the good guys, the bad guys aren't going to give theirs up. It just makes them that much stronger because they're the ones with the weapons. Now, don't be confused. That is, in fact, the goal. Their goal isn't necessarily to empower the thug down the street that will steal your tennis shoes if your gun's taken. Their goal is to empower themselves. When the good guy, you, has your gun taken away, the bad guy, big government, still has theirs. And I'll tell you, after they get your guns, they're not coming to take your tennis shoes. That's going to be the least of your worries. Now, you will have to stand in a ration line to maybe get some leather to put on your feet, but that's nothing. That is nothing. It's not like this hasn't happened before. It's ridiculous. All right. Well, the last thing I want to talk about real quick, Lois Lerner, she was the leader of the IRS during all of the scandals where the IRS was targeting conservative groups, Christian groups, pro-liberty, pro-freedom groups for political purposes because we can't have these groups around here, so let's mess with them. Let's not let them get nonprofit, tax-exempt status, this sort of thing. Lois Lerner, who has repeatedly pled the fifth, she's not talking because she didn't do anything wrong, and as a public employee, she shouldn't be accountable to her boss, well, which is us. So Congress got her back, and they demanded emails from, I think, January 2009 to August 2011 or something, during this period of time where some of this targeting was taking place. They asked for emails to and from Lois Lerner, in the IRS email system. And the IRS says, sure, oh yeah, not a problem. You just wait right there. You just wait right there because you want to see emails that might implicate Lois Lerner, that might show that she either knew about this targeting, or possibly that she ordered the targeting, or possibly that she did some of the targeting. You want to see those emails, not a problem. You just hang out. You right there. I'll be right back. And then they leave, and then they come back and they say, there was a slight problem. Look, we looked for the emails. Craziest thing happened. We were looking for these emails, but a computer crashed. It crashed. And you know what? We can't find the emails anymore. It was a glitch. It was just like that Obamacare thing. Blame the computers. It's weird. And we're the IRS. We don't know how to safely and securely store data. 'Cause we just deal with data. So we don't really know how to store it, how to keep it around. Computer crash, we lost it. It was the craziest thing. Craziest thing. Now, that's ridiculous, first of all, because we're only talking about 5 years ago. And you're talking about the IRS. They have to store their data longer than that. And I'm sure they back it up. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. But Representative Steve Stockman, he's a Republican from Texas, pure genius. He says, oh yeah, you lost it. Okay, computer crash. I get it, Obamacare. I get it. It was a glitch. Hey, Mr. Rogers from the NSA, the director of the NSA. Hey, since you collect metadata on every American citizen, and you were doing it before 2009, hey, we need all metadata from Lois Lerner, everyone to and from Lois Lerner, her email. And since I know you have that because you've been collecting it, go ahead and turn that over, because this actually is one case where the metadata would help. Genius. Of course, still waiting for the NSA to respond, and pretty much they won't. But it is what it is. NathanNephew.com. Of course, check out Facebook, Look me up on Facebook and, of course, Red State Talk Radio. See you next week.